Hi, I'm Chloe and I've decided to do 75 booked. So I thought I would do a weekly wrap up on here of how the week has gone, and yeah, this is my first official one. So let's get right into it. So for those of you that don't know, 75 booked is a reading challenge. It was created over on BookTok, and I will put the girls TikTok that created it. I will put her little thing here. The rules are pretty simple. So the first one is you need to do two 45-minute reading sessions a day with at least one of them out of your bed, which is the thing I struggle with. But anyway, and I have made the rule that I need to finish one full Stanley across the two sessions. I'm quite a big water drinker anyway, and these are quite big, so I've said I'll finish one of these across the two sessions. I need to prioritise my physical TBR because it is getting out of control at this point, and I also need to go on a book buying ban. And I will be logging all of my sessions on Goodreads, Fable and Storygraph. For the purposes of this challenge, I am counting audiobooks, and I will be using my local library as well as Kindle Unlimited, just because I get a little bit bored of the books that I have on my TBR and they've been sat there for a long time, so sometimes I don't want to read them. But our number one priority is books on our TBR. I have just completed week 1 and I wanted this to be a very honest check-in with you guys to let you know how I found it and just keep you updated with everything that has gone on this week. So I actually finished 4 books this week. 2 of them were on Kindle, 1 of them was from the library and 1 of them was off my physical TBR. So the first book I finished was Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young, and I absolutely loved this one. I love Hannah's writing and I loved the character of Beau. I thought he was just the ultimate book boyfriend, absolutely obsessed. Then the second and third book I read was from the Mindfuck series by St. Abbey, and it was Sidetracked and Scarlet Angel, and I absolutely loved them. I think Scarlet Angel was probably my favourite book of the month because I was just hooked. I was so gripped, like I wanted to know what the hell was going on. Like I was on that train. So yeah, I think that was my favourite read of the week. And then my final read was Spectacular by Stephanie Garber. Now anyone that knows me knows that I love the Caraval series so much, and I'd been waiting to read the last one for kind of like the right time. It was only like a short kind of novella, but I was absolutely obsessed. I loved seeing all the characters again. The art in that book was insane, like so amazing. And then I did also start one other book, and that was Good Bad Girl by Alice Feeney, and I think I'm gonna DNF it. I can feel a little bit of a reading slump coming on, I will be honest, which is not good because we're only 1 week into this challenge, but there's just a whole lot going on at the start of that book. There's so many characters, so many points of view, and I'm like, this is a bit too much for me right now. So I think I'm going to get into a kind of easy read romance, just so that I can like palette cleanse, as I call them, and get back to being in the mood to read something like that. I do definitely think I will come back to that book, just maybe it's not the right time right now. With regards to how 75 booked is actually going, I found week 1 pretty easy. Like, I found it easy to manage, I found it easy to find the time to read. I think probably because it's quite a new thing. So I think it was kind of like the novelty of it, like, oh my gosh, I need to sit down and do my reading for the day. Like, I think that made it easier to fit it in because I wanted to do it. I think maybe next week might be a bit harder, but we'll have to see. I found when I read in the mornings, I was a lot more productive and had a lot better day. If I left my reading till the end of the day, I did really struggle, especially this past week with Traitors going on. So like the second half of the week is a lot harder because if I've left my reading till the evening, I have to fit in 2 45-minute sessions. By the time Traitors is done, I'm quite tired. I'm ready to get in bed and wind down. And sometimes I don't want to read for a full 45 minutes, so it becomes a little bit more difficult and it feels like I'm having to keep myself up. But yeah, if I read in the morning, it's going really well. So I think I'm going to try and replicate that next week to try and get as much reading in as I can. Like I said, because of the novelty of this whole challenge at the moment, I don't feel like I needed too much discipline yet, which is kind of a good thing, but also kind of like scary, because I think it's going to have to get into the stages now where I need to start being more disciplined with it and reading even when I don't want to, especially because I feel that reading slump coming. So I'm slightly getting nervous because we still have like so many days left, but it'll be fine. It's going to be fine. By the end of this challenge, I kind of want reading to feel like less productive and more like a cozy thing to do, like more like restful rather than something that I actively have to do. And I want it to be something that I just want to pick up and do. So for week 2, I'm going to get a lot of my reading sessions done in the morning, and I think that will really help me. And then also just like be more lenient with myself. Like, I don't necessarily have to do the whole 45 minutes in one go if I can't. For example, when I'm in the office and reading, I only have a 36-minute lunch break, and I only have a 36-minute lunch break when I'm at home, but it's a bit easier when I'm at home because I don't have the commute as well. So when I'm in the office, I can read for my 36 minutes and I only have like 9 minutes left to read at some other point during the day. So I think I'm going to think of it more that way, that I can split it up. It will be okay doing that. And yeah, I just kind of want to do what I can at home though. And maybe on my commutes I can use my audiobooks as well, which I'm hoping will be a really good way to get those 45 minutes in and done super quickly. You should definitely join 75 Booked too, and just give yourself a little challenge. You don't have to follow these rules, you can make your own rules, but if you do decide to do something like this, comment down below and also let me know what you're reading, because I really want to know. But I will see you all for week 2 of 75 Booked.